Close your eyes and say goodbye. And tonight it's time to fly. Stretch your wings, flap to the sky, where you know you'll be free. Memories, they melt away. Lifetime's nothing more than plays. Simple shows that we put on. Curtain call and then you're gone. Gone, gone beyond. Gone, gone, gone beyond. Gone beyond. Gone beyond. Gone beyond the going. A light, it shines so bright and clear. How many times have you been here? You feel no sadness, shed no tears, and flap into the light, flap into the night, flap into the night stream. Glowing tunnels carry you from all the things that you once knew, from all the places you once roamed, all the places you called home. Will you drink from the sweet stream, or to your memories will you cling? In your old cup of bitter brew, pour it out, drink something new.
Drink with me from the stream
of everything that's ever been.
Cool and clear, let's drink again.
Into these waters we will swim.
We will swim.
We will swim. We will swim.
We will swim.
Swimming in the night stream.
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 Are you seriously using AI? You really are a piece of shit.
Night stream, You're waiting for the night stream. Is this real, or are you in a dream? Are you here, or are you in between? Night stream, we're waiting for the night stream.
Alpha males feel lonely, they transform into a bat.
The industrial revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy of those of us who live in advanced countries. But they have destabilized society, have made life unfulfilling, have subjected human beings to indignities, have led to widespread psychological suffering. In the third world, to physical suffering as well, and have inflicted severe damage on the natural world. The continued development of technology will worsen the situation. It subject human beings to greater indignities and inflict greater damage on the natural world. It will probably lead to greater social disruption and psychological suffering. And it may lead to increased physical suffering, even in advanced countries.
White smoke, new pope, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Turn on the oven and throw in some toast, and that's how you blow that pop smoke. Chimney spray, brand new day. If you see black smoke, don't be dismayed. Burnt toast, no pope. Blood pope, white smoke, new hope. Time to start printing t-shirts and posters. Picture of the new pope on your Catholic coasters. It's been quite a ride, I must say. Prayed for the new pope every day. Will he love or reject the gays? Will he be mean? What will he say? Gonna find out about the new pope today. White smoke, new pope, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Turn on the oven and throw in some toast, and that's how you blow that pop smoke. Chimney spray, brand new day. If you see black smoke, don't be dismayed. Burnt toast, no pope. White smoke, new hope. Time to start printing t-shirts and posters. Picture of the new pope on your Catholic coasters. It's been quite a ride, I must say. Prayed for the new pope every day. Will he love or reject the gays? Will he be mean? What will he say? Gonna find out about the new pope today. White smoke, new pope, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Turn on the oven and throw in some toast, and that's how you blow that pop smoke. Chimney spray, brand new day. If you see black smoke, don't be dismayed. Burnt toast, no pope. White smoke, new hope. Time to start printing t-shirts and posters. Picture of the new pope on your Catholic coasters. It's been quite a ride, I must say. Prayed for the new pope every day. Will he love or reject the gays? Will he be mean? What will he say? Gonna find out about the new pope today.
You're entering the night stream. Do you dare tread where angels cream? Is your bed made out of parakeets? Night stream, can you feel the night stream? Yeah, it burns, but that's okay. It's better than the streams of day. Night stream, you belong in the night stream. This is the night stream. Night stream, carry me. Night stream, scary me. Night stream, fairy wings flapping me into the night. Oh, you know it's gonna be alright. Clap your hands and scream. Curl up in a ball and freak. Dumb or smart, dirty or clean. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, everybody's welcome in the night stream.
Queen Street.
You're watching the night stream.
Hello? Hey, my name's Corva fucking Coleman! And you are listening or watching, absorbing the night stream. Hello. Hold on. There we go. Did you hear that rattle? There was a rattle in the pipes. My name's Corva Coleman. My name's Carfus Thrintrock. Hello, my name's Janine Stepetalo. Hello, hello. And this is the night stream. And God, I'm glad to be back home. Glad to be back to my sweet home country of the night stream. For those of you new to the night stream, you're wondering, what is going on here? You're looking at your grandmother. She's pulling her bra down. You're like, Grandma, what are you doing? She's like, you know what I'm doing. And then she just rips the flesh from her ribs, and inside is gold, a giant gold nugget. And she says, this is for you. And you're like, thank you, Grandma, but I'd rather have you with me than that gold nugget. And she's like, you passed the test of Lotharian. And she closes her rib cage, and you watch her skin heal, and you feel this sense of almost weightlessness, something incredible. And that my iPad is playing. That's what I heard. As I was telling the story about your grandmother's gold nugget, as told to me by one of Mark Twain's great-great-great-grandkids. I'll be right back. I got to turn my iPad off. I'm back. This test, the test of Lotharian, of course, do we know if it's real or not? It's in the annals of mystery, along with spontaneous combustion. Like, can you just randomly explode into flames? This is something that has haunted anyone who's heard of spontaneous combustion for at least like a couple of minutes, if not for a whole summer. When I heard about spontaneous combustion, it was like the worst fucking thing that ever happened to me. For a whole summer, I was like, not like really freaked out, but there was some part of me was like, am I about to burst into flames at any second? It kind of eats at you. Is that possible? Stories of spontaneous combustion do exist, but as far as I'm aware, it's never been caught on camera. And maybe we're lucky for that. Maybe it's better that we don't know that we can spontaneously combust, because the implication is if you can spontaneously combust, then you could intentionally combust. And that is the last thing we need on this kooky old earth. A bunch of people being able to burst into flames whenever they want. It's like just the very worst thing that could happen. If that comes out, if that's telepathy tapes 3, is like these nonverbal autistic kids start like transmitting to their parents a methodology where you could just burst into flames, and their parents are like, do we share this with the world? We can't. We have to keep it a secret. But one of them inevitably would fucking blabber, and the next thing you know, it would just be maelstroms everywhere, shopping malls everywhere, just people sick of this shit, just spontaneously combusting. People in fights, toddlers would be spontaneously combusting, not understanding the implication of if they burst into flames. They just want to see what happened. So I hope it's not real. And I know a lot of you out there probably don't want to hear me say that out loud. Those in the spont comp community don't want to hear that. But look, I'm against it. I'm just going to come out and say it. And it might cost me a few followers. It might cost me some bad press. But I don't want the secret of spontaneous combustion to get out there. I don't want people to know that if they swirl their finger in their butthole and press their belly button 6 times in a row, that they will burst into flames. Fuck! Fuck. Well, don't do it, and don't share this. I'm not going to be able to post this one. Fuck me and my sloppy fucking mouth. Just, God damn it. I am so sorry, Cheryl, if you're watching. I swear that was an accident. Fuck. It's not real. It's bad improv. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. What, you're really gonna finger yourself and press your belly button because some dude said it'd make you catch on fire? Don't do it. Just don't try it. Don't do it. Please. Please. Just forget about it. Forget that ever happened in the night stream. Don't even think about it anymore. Please don't do that. Don't do the 3-6 method. Or is it 6-3? Is it 6 intrusions, as they say in the SpawnCom community, which is a weird way to describe putting your finger in your butt. Intrusions. That seems like there's a better word for that. Regardless, is it 6 intrusions and 3 button presses? Or is it 3 and 6? Either way, it's not real. Don't do it. Don't do that to your ancestors who have to watch you all day long. You know that, right? And you're going to have to watch your grandkids. You realize that, right? You do understand that, like, this human incarnation is just one of an infinite number of segments on a cosmic centipede. And that for many of the segments, you just have to watch your dumbass grandkids do weird shit. And you try to warn them with signs, because in that part of the centipede, the rule is you can't directly talk to them. You have to send them signs. And so, like, there's a whole array of controls. They say that over there, it's like, it makes Blender, the graphic design program, seem like elevator buttons. It's so complex. And that's a reference everyone's going to get. It's so complex, they say, that that it's a 360 degrees of controls in one tiny, tiny window that you can see your grandchildren through. That's how many controls it takes. And you just are constantly swatting controls, like, see if a wasp stings him. See if we can get a wasp to sting him, right? He won't try heroin. You know? And controlling wasps and owls and birds and dreams. It's exhausting, but that's just how it works. And who am I to question the grand design? But all I'm saying is, if weird shit is happening around you right now at this moment, like if you're noticing something weird, like maybe a bird flew into your window, maybe Maybe you look over and your dog's pissing in his own mouth. That's your ancestors trying to send you signs, saying to you, please do not put your finger in your butthole 3 times in a row and press your belly button 6 times, or 6 intrusions, 3 presses. Please don't do that. And they're saying that not because I just accidentally revealed a secret that's been guarded for literally since before the Great Flood. It would be ridiculous if that worked. And by now, surely someone would have figured it out. The reason they don't want you to do it is because they don't want to watch you. They don't want to watch you finger yourself and push your belly button. No one does. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's someone out there. I'm sure you could start an OnlyFans, and that could be your thing. But in general, your ancestors are not interested in seeing that. And of course, it won't work. Well, I just got back from Bloomington, Indiana. And this was a wild, when you go out on the road a bunch, weird shit happens. Annoying shit, just, any number of things can happen when you're traveling all over the place. But this one, in all my years of touring and doing stand-up comedy, is one of the most, ridiculous things that has happened to me. And not pleasant at all. But I feel like it was like a breakthrough moment for me. I really do. And so here's what happened. Plane lands. I go to the hotel, get an Uber to the hotel. No big deal. That's what it's always like. Then I decide to, oh yeah, this is what happened. So this was a Courtyard Marriott, and it just, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't want to, it was, when you're on the road enough, you adapt, and you can get used to any kind of fucking hotel. Mostly. I have rules. Once I went to a hotel and there was a giant turd in the toilet when I got to my room. It was remarkable. It was a remarkable turd. And so I just thought, well, I can't stay here in this room now. It's been claimed by this turd for a few more days at least. I can't stay in a room where there's because you just have to, you connect the dots. If there's a huge, I'm not going to say Bigfoot level. I'm not going to say as if Bigfoot was staying at that hotel, but that sort of wild size, outside of normal the laws and ethics and morality, outside the sphere of what makes the world a stable place. This was a wild turd from the far reaches of the unknown. And so I called down to the front desk, and of course I was thinking you got to tell them what happened exactly. Just because it's funny to say, hey, look, there's a huge turd in the toilet. I just checked in. There was this giant turd in the toilet. So I did that. And I remember the front desk lady was like, oh my God. And I'm like, yep, it's crazy. It's giant. And I just don't want to stay in this room now. And you could judge me for that. I get it. But you just, what else? What else is going on in that room? if like they didn't flush the toilet. Like for sure the pillows are going to be covered in spunk. For sure. You're going to be laying your head down on a crusty biomatrix of many people's DNA. And look, there's some, I don't know if you've heard of like the chimeric effect or not, but we don't know what DNA does completely. We have no idea. If we did, we'd be spinning up DNA all the time. People would have DNA spinners in their house, and they would just like, you would type into a computer what creature you wanted and it would make it for you. We don't understand DNA. It looks weird. Seems improbable. Why is it a double helix? Why does it look like some kind of like super advanced corpo signature that somebody left in the biological, in the biome and whatever? I'm trying to sound way smarter than I am. When I'm saying biome, I'm getting insecure. That's a sign for me, man. I start saying biome, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Shut up. Who the fuck do you think you are? You shouldn't say biome ever. What are you? What are you, like are you some kind of like space station farmer? You don't need to use that word. But you know what I'm trying to get at. The room's filthy. Probably. But anyway, to get back to my original story. I was like, I don't know about this hotel. Like, this is probably going to be pretty rough. Maybe there's another hotel that doesn't seem so fucked up. And so couldn't find one. Like, I guess I'll be staying here. And then I wanted to see how far away the club was from the hotel. So I pressed search on Google Maps for the Comedy Attic. And it said 238 miles away because I'd flown into the wrong Bloomington. Man, I got to tell you, like, that is a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling. And because all, like, if you're going on the road, you're probably going to have to get up. You have to catch the earliest flight. So that's going to be like 3:30, 4 a.m. You're getting up, get to the plane. And, depending on like how far out the town is you're going to, you're definitely going to be getting a connecting flight, probably a layover. So you're tired. Like, by the time I get to a hotel, I'm pretty fucking tired. Like, I know for most of you, flying is one of your favorite things to do. And I know it's weird that I wouldn't enjoy the flight experience. But, it just is. You know what I think it is? I think it's because everyone's so happy in an airport. And, like, I have nothing against good energy. I love good energy. I feed on it. I need it. If I don't have it, I wither and turn to ash. I'm a vampire. But when you're at an airport, it's just everyone's so happy and excited, and people are coming up to you all the time like, hey, do you need help with anything? How are you doing? What, aren't you excited to fly? And I don't like singing publicly. I've never liked karaoke, and so then you get in one of these like Joy to the World sessions. Everyone starts singing Joy to the World. And it's like, you're going to sing along, but I think that's why it makes me tired. And I like to, try to get a nap in if I'm going to do a show that night. And so the fucking crazy feeling of being like, oh my God, I got to, number one, like, I thought, oh, am I going to have to cancel a show? And you got to give an explanation for that. And your explanation for that is that you booked the wrong airport. That's a tough tweet to send. That's that feels real bad. Like, it's one thing to be like, I was attacked by bees. I stepped on ground bees and was attacked in a pasture. I wanted to come, but I'm fucking covered in bee wounds. Like, that's way better than, yeah, I just, there's a Bloomington, Illinois, Bloomington, Indiana. I picked the wrong one. So I'm just like, fuck, that's gonna suck, man. I'm gonna have to cancel a show for the dumbest reason. And then I realized, wait, I could rent a car. I didn't realize that. Somebody told me that. I didn't even think of it. And then I got lucky because I got an Uber back to the airport and there were no rental cars. But my friend Mac, he hooked me up. I won't say which rental car agency, but Mac, if you're out there, thank you. He got me into a car. And then I drove, like, it's like a 3-hour drive. And I started getting increasingly, like, happy, which is not what I expected. I guess the whole point of this really meandering, rambling thing I'm doing right now is that this, like, we all spontaneously just react to most circumstances. It's a habit. So something happens and you have a habitual way of reacting to it. And that can seem instantaneous to the point where you believe you have free will. When really you're just like a snake. Like, you stick your stick in the ground and the snake bites at it. You know what I mean? You're just doing your repetitive thing over and over and over again. Because it worked at some point. And maybe it'll keep working. So you have a set sort of ways that you react to phenomena. And I think for most people, it's not that, like, complex at all. Usually it's just sort of like, here's what I do when it's bad. Here's what I do when it's good. And that's sort of it's real simple. But you can make it seem like more sophisticated. But if you kind of, at the very least, if you look at the feeling behind your actions, you'll realize it's usually the good feeling makes you act one way and the bad feeling makes you act another way. And even though it might be a variety of actions, they're all pretty much the same. When the bad thing happens, there's some kind of aggression. There's some kind of like aggression, kind of like aggression meets, like, I'm trying to think of mine. There's going to be some aggression and some hopelessness and some. But for me, it's an aggression. Maybe some of you, it's like, retreat or something. Everyone's got some way. And then the good thing happens, and it's this jubilant, exciting, light feeling that you get. And when you're feeling like that, the way you act in the world is probably kinder than the way you act when you've got that old bad feeling again. And so it's habit. It doesn't really matter what the feeling is. You can actually decide how you want to react to it, which is, I know, not exactly, like, it's not exactly breaking news, but it's easy to forget that. And so it was crazy because in that moment, I could see myself looking at these two ways of being. Like, one would be where I'm so tired, man. What the fuck? What if I'm so too tired to perform? Like, what? You're not going in a coal mine? But you know what I mean? Just like the whole schmaltzy thing that is just habit. That the ego stuff. Like, it's embarrassing. And then, like, I saw, wait, what if I don't do that? It sounds so obvious as I say it out loud. It's like, what if I don't do that? What if I don't feel sorry for myself? What if I just decide not to be tired? And what if I just don't care at all about this and just react to it like in a kind of positive way? And it was weird. It was just like, it was how much of like your life experience has nothing to do with reality at all, but just a habitual way of sort of reacting to it. You know, not to say like, fuck, man, the last thing you want to do when you're about to get into your hotel room is go back to the airport, try to get a fucking rental car, which is always weird. You never know how that's going to go. And then drive, 3 hours. You don't want to do that. No one would ask to do that. But, so I'm not saying like shit doesn't happen. But it's just interesting when you start noticing like there's a very almost like choose your own adventure style possibility here. It's dumb and simple. And then what happens if you just stop choosing the one you always choose? Just to see what happens. Who knows? You could get decapitated immediately. Maybe your choices are good and your intuition is strong. But what if it's not? What if you're just fucking wrong in general? Like that, doesn't that bother you a little bit? Like, why do you think you've got any of this figured out at all? Why would you? Why would anybody but you? Like, not to say you don't have some stuff figured out. You're here on the night stream. So clearly you have zeroed in on what is potentially the most important event in all of human history. So that shows that you do have some spiritual acumen. You are acumen. That's another word like biome. I don't even know what it means. So I don't mean to like shit all over every single habitual reaction you have to the world of phenomena. But come on. Why do you think you have any idea how to react to anything? Why do you think if things are feeling bad, you're supposed to like get all pissed off? Why? You'll notice it does not much for you. Even if you're one of those people who's like, fuck yeah, justice served. Like, come on. Down underneath it all, you know how you feel. Not good. Not good. At the very best, the kind of good you might experience from the results of your aggression are akin to the orgasm one gains from porn. A fleeting, incredibly fleeting, non-satisfying experience. So, what's the point? I'm not saying anger invalidates your actions. Clearly, there's a reason we've got it in us. It's just aggression, that thing. It's so embarrassing. Like, most of the time. This is the whole Karen phenomena. The Karening out. It's just the place where like aggression and like, I don't know what you would call it, some kind of sad crusade or something meets. Maybe it's because the aggression, like they're always kind of trying to see, they think they're doing good. Maybe that's the other reason. It's just almost always doesn't look good. It's embarrassing, which is interesting because on the other side of the scale, patience, generosity, forgiveness, acceptance, all these things, they always look good. Like, they make you feel good and they look good. You know what I mean? It's like, whereas like aggressive impulses are inevitably embarrassing, selfless impulses are always like not really embarrassing. Not to say like aggression can get mixed up in selflessness, of course, and that's when it becomes embarrassing. But the thing itself is pretty much universally celebrated. So I'll admit it, okay? I was the one who left that big turd in that toilet at the hotel. No one even shit there. Let's get into the chat. Oh, hell, we've got some super chats. We better dive into them first. Max Meek says, I deserve some cash for my efforts. Thank you, Max. Thank you. But remember where your cash is going. Your cash is going towards Operation Beast Blast. And I'll get into that later for those of you wondering what that is. Thank you, Max Meeks. Oh, Cool says advanced laser weapons paid for this chat. Advanced laser weapons. Look, I'm going to argue that you could have just said laser weapons. I can't even believe we're at a place now where you have to say advanced laser weapons. Like, we're that far into the future? Because it used to be, if you had a laser weapon, that was advanced. Now you have to be like, no, this laser weapon's a basic bitch laser weapon. Let me show you my advanced laser weapon. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, Julian McKinney. Duncan, do you have any words of wisdom for new dog owners? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a cat person. I have 29 cats. Beautiful, soft kitties with little cute little ears. And they climb on me at night. They climb on me at night. They lay upon me and vibrate with their purring. And they lick me with their salmon tongues. And they push their paws into me as they hum. Oh, I'm a cat man. I breathe in cat litter. Toxoplasmosis is the holy grail to me. I love the smell of cat shit as it permeates everything in my home, including my beard. It smells like cat shit. Thank you for the super chat. Congrats on your new puppy. Here's a really important question. Batesar, I got you. Batesar is here. Guys, Batesar is spamming the chat right now. He loves Charles Manson, and he's a wild man. Gotcha, Batesar. If I don't acknowledge Batesar, he just keeps spamming. Zachary Ginn says I shouldn't be feeding my dog beef jerky, which makes you my dog's worst enemy. Thank you for the super chat. My dogs are sleeping. They have no idea they have a mortal enemy in the world. Bluntrin says, here for the Nightman. You want to see the Nightman? We'll see about that. I don't know. Actually, I have to fire up a bunch of things to get him working. I could try, though. Yeah, you're here for the night, man. He's a real chip on my shoulder, man. Eric DeCaza says, do a nice whistle, Duncan. I could do a whistle. Hold on. Just 1 second here. Got to stretch out to whistle. Eric Petersman says, I put my phone on airplane mode to watch this. I don't know what that means, but it feels like an insult. I'm insecure, man. Maybe you didn't mean that. Oh, I got to stretch out before I whistle. Oof, get those whistling ribs ready. Snap the fingers. Let me do my breathing exercises. Ooh. It's coming. It's coming. Ding, 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 ding. Got to do my vocal warm up. Just 1 second. I hope that lays to rest this ridiculous bullshit that I can't whistle. I really do. Listen, I don't want to get negative on here, but that's something, that is really, if you have a podcast, if you're out there in the world, people are going to spread all kinds of things about you. I expect it. We all do. But now that I've whistled, when this rumor started spreading that I couldn't whistle, it hurt me. It did. And I know you're not supposed to admit that you can feel if you are a man. But I feel. And I have taken such pride in my whistling. My grandfather taught me to whistle. His grandfather taught him to whistle. It's a trussel tradition. And I can just remember sitting out there on a rock with my grandfather, watching frogs swim. And I watched him. He was fast. He snatched that frog out of the lake right in front of me, and he just skipped it across the water. I'd never seen anyone skip a frog before. Skip, like 6 skips through the water. And the frog, as though it was thanking my grandfather because it was fun, like waved at him and then went down into the water. And then it was so, I've never seen a frog do the back float like that and just floated on his back. Like the whole time we were there, didn't move at all, just chilled out. And then, before of course I'd heard my grandfather whistle. It's the most beautiful sound I ever heard. I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but I imagine that if I went down into the canyon, the winds were blowing, The wind blew through some ancient stone carved with a language now dead to man. The sound it made would be like my grandfather's whistle that day after he skipped that frog. It had been a dry summer. Not quite a drought, but farmers were getting antsy. And just after my grandfather skipped that frog and began to whistle, a rain fell. A beautiful rain. And because the sun had just been out, not a cloud in the sky, and the rain was falling. It was perfect rainbow weather. And a rainbow appeared over that lake where I was sitting with my grandpa. And so, it means something to us. And when people started saying I couldn't whistle, yeah, I was personally hurt. And now you see that I can. And so no one ever needs to talk about it again. No one ever needs to bring it up again or say anything about it again. I can whistle. And again, this is the kind of thing. JRE Fave 7137, 5-minute self-ban. It's not pre-recorded. Or is it? If it is, you are in a fucking panopticon, my friend. If this is pre-recorded, JR Fave 7137, you should worry. Because somehow they got you. They manipulated you into saying, I have a feeling this is pre-recorded. Did anyone catch his podcast? And he kept saying that live stream last night. But I'm pre-recording this. This is just part of what I'm pre-recording it. I have a script. And we knew we were going to get you to write that shit. So that's how predictable you are. Okay, Perpetual Divers is saying, frogs are amphibious. It likely hopped after the first bounce. I guess Neil deGrasse Tyson is here to try to debunk my story. I hope you get a charge out of that, what you just did. What is this thing in the world? Or if somebody gives a direct account of something that happened to them, and then there's inevitably a debunker who comes along with this, and I've heard this before too. The frog would have jumped. No. Not necessarily. Not if it was very relaxed. Frogs, believe it or not, they love to relax. So my feeling is he skipped it and it lay on its back to chill out. He didn't jump. Regardless, he didn't jump. So you're debunked. 5-minute self-ban. Oh my God! Mr. Gitson with it! 5 super chats gifted! That makes me want to blow the air out my mouth. I wasn't trying to whistle there. Thank you very much. That's incredible. The memberships, they are such a great contribution to Operation Beast Blast. There's some people in the chat who would love to experience the inner sanctum of Operation Beast Blast. And for those of you wondering what that is, we'll get into it. Stick around. They want in. But times are tough. Oil is at an all-time high. And so when you do that, it gives people access to commercial-free episodes of the DTFH, along with access to our growing Discord server, where the real talk happens, as well as the joy of knowing that they have become part of a global movement that is changing the world. a global movement that is going to destroy the pyramids, starting with the Great Pyramid of Giza. The way that works is based on the calculations of 3 economists and 4 of my business managers, based on oracular data from the entrails of an animal that I am not supposed to say, if I get more subscribers than Mr. Beast, then within a 3-month period, I should have enough money to buy the Great Pyramid of Giza. At which point, the moment I get the keys, those keys, Operation Beast Blast will enter into Omega phase. What that means is, once I am the sole owner of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and they want to get rid of that old piece of shit so bad. It's like somebody who put too much money into a fixer-upper and didn't fix her up. It's a shit storm over there. Just the maintenance alone. And so the deal is almost done. All that's missing is the money. And that's what you're doing. You're funding that. I need more subscribers. The subscriptions this month has been historic. It's been the most subscriptions I've had since the beginning of this YouTube channel. It's been insane. And that is thrilling. But I'm going to give you all the cold, hard truth here. If you take a look at Mr. B's subscriber number, and I'm not going to give him the dignity of going to look at his page, it's exponentially times an exponential amount more than what we've got going on here. And every time my subscriber base jumps, every time we jump a little forward, it gets us that much closer to our goal. Because that can grow exponentially too. And when it does, which it will, within 3 months, I will own the Great Pyramid of Giza. And I know a lot of people would do a lot of things in there. I know some people would probably turn it into a galleria. Make some money. I know some people maybe would turn it into like a vacation home or something. Put a wall around it, a nice fence. Swimming pool in front of it, maybe. But these are the kinds of things that people who have been absolutely corrupted and subdued by the dark, satanic, metaphysical hell forces that erupt from the pyramid, these people have been warped into thinking that starting gallerias or having swimming pools is the answer to their suffering. And this is, of course, what anything would want to do if it was super intelligent and hurting you. It would want you to think it was other things that were hurting you. It would want you to think that it was your shitty neighbor and his loud-ass car. It would want you to think that the reason you're so upset is because they cheated on you. And you can't trust anybody anymore. It would want you to think that your suffering was caused by any number of things, as long as you didn't realize that suffering you were experiencing was coming from it. And the it I'm talking about is the Great Pyramid of Giza, the grand deceiver, hidden in plain sight, radiating darkness onto our planet. Of course, the light is still here. We can see the light. But light functions on every level, not just the level of sight, to quote Elton John. This darkness that radiates from the Great Pyramid of Giza has many names. Many names. It's a kind of corrupted occult smog. And because of it, if you're feeling bad about anything, not only will you not recognize the source of that? But the moment you do realize, like, oh my God, it's the Great Pyramid of Giza, try to tell that to a friend who isn't in your family here. They'll be like, say what? They won't believe you. But you'll see it flicker across their eye just for a moment. Because they know deep down that's exactly why they feel like shit. War, famine, climate change, disease, socioeconomic imbalance. All of these things are rooted directly in the Great Pyramid of Giza. And so, if I'm going to spend the last few years of my life doing something, I'll tell you what it is and what it's not. What it's not is going downstream of the problem and working with that. No, absolutely not. What it's not is getting caught in the sand trap of this or that social movement. No. I'm not falling for it, not this time. Because I recognize the culprit. I wish you well, all of you out there in your various social movements. I'm not dismissing it. Have fun in the kiddie pool. But while you're over there doing your thing, your marches, guess where we are? Here, Operation Beast Blast. We're right here, gathered together, focusing our intent on the singular goal of destroying the Great Pyramid of Giza. How? That's the only question you should be asking. How? Simple. We're going to cut the top off that piece of shit. And we're going to fill it. We're going to fill it with a cola brand. There's a bidding war right now. Everyone wants to be involved. Probably Diet Coke. And then we are going to pour into that now completely filled up cavity. We're going to pour a shit ton of Mentos. This is going to trigger a reaction unlike anything anyone has ever seen. It will cause the Great Pyramid of Giza to explode. To explode completely. To go back to where it came from. The desert sand. The desert sand. And yeah, it's not just that, of course. We're going to have the most incredible music festival of all time during the erasure of the Great Pyramid. And right now I'm in pre-negotiations with Kanye West himself. He will be performing while we obliterate the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's what you contributed to, and I thank you. Josh DeBlasi, 8404, thanks for the super chat. Will the janitor of the pyramid be out of a job after Operation Beast Blast? On my mind. You know what? That's a good question, and I appreciate that. I assume you're talking about Joe Plimth. He's the janitor of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Great dude. Nothing against him. He knows my plans. And yeah, the reality of it is he will be out of a job. And that's nothing against him. But here's the good news. Joe is already helping us figure out like the best way to hollow out parts of the pyramid. We got to clear out a bunch of bullshit in there. There's chambers, some of them undiscovered. Joe knows about them. Easy to get to, by the way. But you have to get in there because sometimes the thing is, people, when they're going through the Great Pyramid of Giza, there's not a lot of bathrooms in there. That's why Joe took the job, because he thought this will be easy. There's like 2 bathrooms, and like that was always been the least favorite part of janitoring for him, for Joe. Listen to his podcast. But the reality is like it's big, and people, they get deep down in there, and they don't want to go all the way back to the bathroom, and so they just take like shits in the corner, and that shit drips down because it's poorly made, believe it or not, and that shit drips down into the secret chambers. And so eventually, as the janitor, you figure out how to get down there because you don't want everything to smell like shit. You have to scrub them out. Point is, he knows the map of the pyramid like the back of his hand. And that's going to be crucial for us to hollow it out appropriately to get enough cola product in there to blow it up. So he's a consultant, and we are giving him a very generous consulting fee that will be more than adequate for him to live his last few days without ever having to do plumbing in a pyramid again, to go in to plunge out a filled up toilet in the pyramid. Because, by the way, there's an effect if you go to a bookstore. Sometimes you have to do a number 2, take a shit, and it's times 50 in the Great Pyramid of Giza. In fact, 100% of the people who go into the Great Pyramid of Giza report immediately having to do a brown. So, not the best place to be a janitor. Duckhead 3000, thanks for the $10 super chat. And I'm going to signal boost what you have to say because I think it's important. And thank you for sharing with us. My butt feels bad sometimes. Feels like shit. Yeah. I'm glad. Thank you. And I feel like I feel like you needed to vent there. I don't think you're looking for a solution. So I'm not gonna mansplain some bullshit to you. I'll just read it again. My butt feels bad sometimes. My butt feels bad sometimes. Feels like shit. Thank you for your generous super chat. Lose the Fur says, the pyramids ruined my life. Everything was fine before them. Yeah, exactly. And, I know you're kind of making a joke because you're probably not over 5,000 years old. But you are. And they did. Thank you for the super chat. Neomian says, listen to Typhoon's album Offerings. You'll love it. And they should be at the festival. It's about reincarnation. Oh, cool. Okay. I've never heard of Typhoon. I'm old. Let me add that to my list. Typhoon. What kind of music is it? Thanks for the super chat. Wave Trilin says, you're my Uncle Grandpa, and you're my little Pepe. Thanks for the super chat. Drew Huntley says, what about Donnie Polishuk's wife being a Gary Owen fan? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? I don't know what that is. I don't know anybody in the... Dude, it's... If I'm not honest, then what the fuck? I don't know anybody who you just listed. Gary Owen seems like it should be very familiar to me more than Danny Polishchuk, but I don't know. Know nothing about it. I don't know. But I will look it up. Danny Polishchuk. Okay, we'll start there. Comedian. Gary Owens. I don't know. Is this I don't know. It's some deep cut stuff, something going on there. But I wish them both well. And I hope that they are fans of each other. I hope they go to each other's shows. Carson Zoran. Are you worried at all that Elastic Jester King? Are you worried at all that Elastic Jester King's minions that live deep within all Oh, yeah, I know where you're going with this. Deep within all pyramidal structures will be released and cover the earth with their evolutions. Carson, great question. Yeah. Okay, I haven't mentioned the minions problem. Well, I was going to, of course. I wasn't covering it up. But, yeah. I think that this is a legitimate worry, of course. And when we worry, wouldn't you say we serve the Jester King? You know what I mean? What is it? The third Psalm of Jericho. O Jester King, what do you crave? My bones, my heart within my grave. O Jester King, why are you in a hurry? Said the Jester King. I want to eat this bowl of worry. The Jester King loves. The Jester King. Absolutely. And so as far as the minions and all that could be in the
Close your eyes and say goodbye. And tonight it's time to fly. Stretch your wings, flap to the sky, where you know you'll be free. Memories, they melt away. Lifetime's nothing more than plays. Simple shows that we put on. Curtain call and then you're gone.
Gone, gone beyond. Gone, gone, gone beyond.
Gone beyond.
Gone beyond.
Gone beyond the good. A light that shines so bright and clear. How many times have you been here? You feel no sadness, shed no tears. And flap into the light. Flap into the night. Flap into the night stream. Glowing tunnels carry you from all the things that you once knew. From all the places you once roamed. All the places you called home. Will you drink from the sweet stream? Or to your memories will you cling in your old cup of bitter brew? Pour it out, drink something new.
Drink with me from the stream
Of everything that's ever been.
cool and clear. Let's drink again.
Into these waters we will swim.
We will swim.
We will swim. We will swim. Swimming in the night stream.
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 Oh, shit. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that I had pressed that button. God, the whole time I've just been sitting there talking about what we're going to do about the potential flood of the Jester King's minions that might be trapped in the pyramid. And I don't want to go through it again. Running out of time. So I can't, but I think I gave a pretty good answer. Drew Lewis. Okay. All right, everybody, I'm going to read this. I don't want to, but I feel like it's not cool if I don't. Drew, everyone, meet Drew Lewis, a.k.a. Drew the Blasphemer. And what he does is he says he likes to be scintillating. He's a bit of an edgelord. But I'll read it, Drew. Oh, sure, Janitor Joe Plinth is totally on board, which he is. We all have seen Plinth's recent video, Incredible, where he has 6 fingers saying, if you think about it, blowing up the pyramid is a good thing, actually. Okay, well, here's why you need to be embarrassed. And you should feel embarrassed. You're about to feel embarrassed. Bad. And you know what? Just because you're about to feel embarrassed, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. Just so you really, because I feel like feeling about to be embarrassed is worse than feeling embarrassed. And I want you to feel the worst part of the emotional spectrum that goes into embarrassment. There's that, oh, I'm about to be embarrassed feeling. Oh, fuck, I'm embarrassed feeling. And then post-embarrassment blues. But the worst of it is I'm about to be embarrassed. How's that feel? Right now, I'm just stretching it out. You're about to be embarrassed. Okay, now you're going to be embarrassed. Janitor Joe Plinth from the Great Pyramid of Giza, who has become a very close friend of mine, has 6 fingers. So now what, Drew? Cuckoo beans. Maybe it's time to lay off the internet. Give the internet a break, blasphemer. I guess just because someone has 6 fingers, it means it's AI, huh? Well, last I checked, unless we live in a hologram, some kind of technological hologram, I have shaken Janitor Plinth's hands many a time. He does too. He shakes with both hands. They do that in Egypt. He's got 6 fingers, dude. Fucking apologize. Batesar, I'll get to that. Hang on. I got you. I got us. Potential plan B equals graffiti. The pyramid makes skate ramps. No. Honestly, because of the great respect I have for skaters, I have Tony Hawk tattooed on my butt. I would never do that just to protect my favorite skateboarders. I wouldn't want them to be in the presence of that darkness. The only way to get rid of it is to get rid of it, not to transform it. Gaddis, if I could, Gail, I'll be right with you. Gaddis, if I could. Yeah, I would turn it into a garden. A beautiful garden hotel for children. A garden hotel. But, yeah, I can't. Gotta blow it up. And I will. This is my kind of super chat, Jonathan Skimaka. Will Egypt become the new AI hub after Giza is gone? Yes! The answer to that is yes! You are loved. Thank you for the super chat. Bless you. All these super chats, you all are being incredibly generous tonight, and I thank you for that. Andy Rufus wants to know, I've heard rumors you're a Force-sensitive Sith Lord. Please confirm or deny. Thank you. You know what's interesting to me about that question is you are trying to, force me into, 2 possible responses. You know? Like when someone says yes or no, and it's like, why do you get to choose how I respond? Andy Rufus? Why do you get to choose? Please confirm or deny. I mean, I appreciate the please. That's polite. But confirm or deny is like, that's all I got here? You could have given me more options. And what if I don't want to confirm or deny? Not because I am or I'm not, but just because I don't feel like it. Just because I have some kind of embarrassing anti-authoritarian streak in me that doesn't want to be trapped by your semantic shackles. This is the first time I've had 3 beers in a night in like a long time, so I'm probably not going to feel great tomorrow. It's probably a mistake. Joshua, thank you so much. Is Chicago a good city to start stand-up? I think so. I do think so. I think any city is a good city to start stand-up. Just do it. But Chicago in particular, I think it's got a sort of historic comedy scene there. And I've seen some really good comics that came out of Chicago. Hello, Korean Ninja. I'm excited to read this because I see Ragnarok. Ragnarok preceded the current time. This is why the all-seeing eye is so common. Odin still watches this, but is his gaze from the past or over the horizon? That's so cool. Yeah. Like the all-seeing eye is Odin's ripped out eye that fell into some kind of just got stuck in a crack in Yggdrasil. I hope I said that right. Baitzar, hold on. I'll get to you. Hold on. I gotta get through these super chats, Baitzar. I seem like a dick. Trader for the living. You got me into modular synthesis during COVID, and I love and hate you for it. Let's destroy the Great Pyramid with waveforms, envelopes, and LFOs. Oh, God, I hate to do this. Thank you for the super chat. 5-minute self-ban. Look, the thing is this. I don't think you knew. I don't know. Maybe you do know. Maybe we did the research. So there's 2 possibilities. Trader to the living. It's interesting that's your name. There's 2 possibilities. Okay. One is it's a sweet super chat, and you're not a traitor to the living. That is your name. Number 2, you think I didn't do the study? You think you could trick me, Mr. Beast? I did the study, and I know what would happen if we decided to use any kind of resonant weapon to blow up the pyramids. I know what would happen. I know that they would increase in size. So, yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Trader to the Living. I'm guessing you're not who I think you are, but okay. We did the study. You won't get me with something as easily as simple as that. I laugh. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. It's going to be Coca-Cola and fucking Mentos. We're chopping off that shitty fucking capstone and we're filling it up with cola. And then boom, baby! Boom, we're blowing it sky fucking high. Plinth, Joe Plinth. Honestly, he did shoot the video and he's a friend of mine, but we're going to do it. No, nothing will stand in my way. And Joe is 100% behind us blowing up the pyramid. And you can watch the video. It's online. It's not AI. But if he hadn't wanted us to blow up the pyramid, what do? It's an important question for all of us, because I think we're all going to have to make sacrifices for Operation Beast Blast. It's an important question. It's a little bit like that rail car problem. A train is going to hit a bunch of people. Or I don't remember the other part, but what do you do? And similarly, let's just thought experiment. Let's imagine that the only thing getting in between you and getting rid of something that was causing untold suffering for the whole planet was a janitor who felt sentimentally attached to his job. Yeah, I don't want to, of course, in a normal circumstance, keep your job and thanks for your hard work. But in this circumstance, what's more important? Hurting the feelings of a janitor or getting rid of the source of all human suffering on planet Earth? Do the math, guys. Gaddis, hello again. What will you do about the pillars underneath the pyramid? Won't just a new pyramid grow if we don't remove the root system? Yeah, pray to Poseidon for earthquake? No. Much like a root canal, we're going all the way down. So yeah, it's a good question. And you're absolutely right. If we just took off the top, another pyramid would grow. And they grow fast. Like, when we were going through the initial phases of Operation Beast Blast, the planning phase, we had conversations about this. Maybe we just take out the top. And, it would require so much less Coca-Cola. The amount of Coke or Diet Coke or Mr. Pibb or Mountain Dew, you're still in. You're not out of the race yet. But no matter what, it's going to take so much soda to fill it from the bottom to the top. It's a long way down underneath that motherfucker. So it's going to take a lot of work. But yeah, we're going to. We knew that it would. Not only would it not work, like a couple of years later, there's going to be a brand new, fresh pyramid. It would be a waste of time and money and effort and energy. It would be beautiful to watch it get blown up, but we don't want to have to blow it up again. So yeah, we're getting the roots, and it's a great question. Thank you for the super chat. Korean Ninja said you said it right, I think. I'm not sure which thing I said right, but I hope something. I hope it was right. I like this one. The Spacey Kid says, hey man, I legit have some cool alien info to show you. If you check Discord messages, can't wait. Great. MFN Damien says, thanks to my coke fiend dad watching The Omen and thinking the name sounded cool, I'm literally named after the Antichrist. Am I doomed, Papa Trussell? Are you serious? I get it if it's a family name, but that is wild to watch The Omen and then be like, you know what? Let's name the baby Damien. That is wild. No, you're not doomed. I mean, let's look up the roots of Damien. What does it mean? Damien is a traditionally masculine name of Greek origin meaning to tame, subdue, or master. Pronounced Damien. It has maintained consistent popularity, often ranking in the top 200, and is associated with Saint Damien, a 3rd century patron saint of physicians. Common nickname includes Dom, Dami, Damo, and Dame. There you go. Lots of great Damiens, not just the Antichrist from that dumb movie. It's a shitty movie. Yeah, you're in good shape. You're not cursed by your name. You could be cursed by any number of other things, though. I don't know. I don't know what you've done. You could have said a spell wrong. You could have not opened a door for a witch. But I don't think your name is going to curse you. All Things Football, thank you for the super chat. Unrelated to the pyramids, your ability to tell a story and tie in connections is so impressive. I'm such a fan. Thank you. Look, it's teleprompters, man. All this stuff is pre-scripted. I have a team of writers that write this shit out for me. I can't do that. No. I wish that I could. That would be amazing. But yeah, after my horse riding accident, my ability to weave together a story just went out the fucking window. I got bucked off a horse, thrown 15 feet up into the fucking air, got stuck in a tree. Then the rescue workers that tried to get me out of the tree, like one of them was an intern or something, and they didn't set the ladder upright. So I'd already been kicked by a horse. Then we fell off the ladder, and I landed on my head hit a stone down below, and I'd already been kicked in the head by a horse. And so at that point, I just couldn't do anymore. And so, had a family gathering, talked to some of my loved ones. And, I remember just sitting with all of them and looking out at them and going, no. Talk. Good. And what we found out was that I can read anything at a normal rate. But when I'm not reading, it's just, it takes a long, it's not good. So I wish I could take credit for that, but I have a team of writers that writes everything out for me. And their names are, this month we've been working with Marsha Wingate, Gary Smith. Wait, don't read Gary Smith. We fired him yesterday. Marsha Wingate and Tommy. So thanks to my writing team. Korean Ninja 1442. I think of Odin's eye being returned to the place we all came from that linked to infinite possibilities. Kind of like Full Metal Alchemist Afterlife. Do you play God of War? Gotta ask. Because I love God of War. That game, oh my God. I'm going to have to say that was peak gaming. That was I don't know that I'll ever like a game as much as I like that game. I've liked a lot of games, don't get me wrong. Elden Ring, love it. Dark Souls 3, love it. But man, maybe I don't know what it was, but I just got so into the game. It was so fun. And that I think was a lot of people's introduction to Norse mythology. It's cool. Drew Huntley, JZ3WS. I buried a pygmy goat in a shallow grave. I mean, it doesn't seem like if you're burying a pygmy goat, it needs to be that deep. All things football. Oh, yeah. Just, yeah. I got you. Just pop off the foreskin from the top down to the root. Yeah. I mean, it is weirdly similar, but it's like more of an interior circumcision, I guess you could say. Thanks for the super chat. Trader to the Living says, plot twist, you are an ancient alien that built the pyramids and actually are Mr. Beast. Come on. 10-minute self-ban. That Euro rack behind you can't hide the truth. Thanks for the super chat. 10-minute self-ban. And let me say, I'm not Mr. Beast. I have nothing against Mr. Beast. I really don't. Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast. We're not after Mr. Beast. We're after the Great Pyramid of Giza, but he's a great metric, isn't he? He's a great watermark. So, we're going to surpass him. And if he's watching this right now, I have nothing against you. My kids love you. And thank you for sending me the delicious chocolate and snack boxes with chocolate in them. And the money, the wadded up money, $100, I'm not joking, like $1 bills. Look it up. I'm sure other people talked about this. I'm not judging you for that. I know what you're doing. You know I'm diabetic. And I think you probably knew when you sent me all that chocolate, like that it would be very hard for me to not eat it. So it was I'm not saying it was an assassination attempt, of course, but look, cute. All I have to say is cute. I don't know why you want to protect the pyramids, man. I don't know why you're gallivanting around in them either. I don't know why suddenly after I announced Operation Beast Blast, and my viewers can do the math and see that Operation Beast Blast, the announcement that I was going to blow up the pyramids, predated the announcement that you were going to do your show in the pyramids or go to the pyramids by many, many months. So, yeah. Hey, it's cool, bro. It's cool. But that pyramid that you were frolicking about in with your pals is going bye-bye. It is. I'm not going to send chocolate to anybody. I'm not sending rolls of money to people or delicious snack boxes, no. Because I'm not going to divest the funds that are going to be used to get the thorn out of the paw of this earth for silly hijinks and pranks. I have nothing against you. I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's all. And you will not stop us. Not you, not any mega famous YouTuber, not a janitor. No one will stop us any more than the Great Wall of China could stop the greatest flood of all time. Like if a meteor hit the earth. It's coming no matter what. So just get out of the way. Baitzar is proclaiming his love for Charles Manson. Yeah, tailgate. Baitzar has to announce. Baitzar is a fan of Charles Manson, in case you haven't noticed. This is a good one. Perspectives illuminated. One night I woke from a dream to a silhouette of a horned being with a halo. Against my will, in a stupor, I bowed to it. I then woke again, found myself bowing to an empty closet. Any thoughts? Well, I need more information. What did the horn being look like? That's the real question here. I mean, why you say against my will in a stupor, you bowed to it. Did the being use some kind of telepathic power to get you to bow to it? Because if so, that is an embarrassing being. That is peak insecurity. Like, it's bad enough if you think you should be bowed to. Like, that is a red flag. That is time to go to a therapist. Something's going on with you. Like, that's always a bad sign. If you're thinking, I should be bowed to. Dude, something is going haywire in there. So that's a bad sign. But, you know, and it's also like, if you're walking around all like butthurt because people aren't bowing to you, you know, this is a you problem. But if you gain the ability to control people's minds and use that ability to make people bow to you, and even worse, if you are like some kind of higher dimensional being and you were going to like a dimension where it's easy to make people's astral bodies bow to you, I would argue that's way worse than being a classic peeper. Like, that's some kinky, creepy shit. So whatever this being was, hopefully you don't see it again, because it's got massive insecurity issues. Pulsating Starfish said, love the Donald J. Trump joke went well despite... What joke? When did I do a Donald J. Trump joke? Not... You think I would ever do it? I don't remember doing that. When did I do that? Not my president. I can't wait for you guys to see the podcast I just did. Dude. Like, I really thought like maybe I'll just show it on the night stream because it was so good. I think it's like the top three, my top three favorite DTFHs I've ever done. In the sense that, like, I got really, it freaked me out. And it will freak you out if you listen to it. It's not just a shameless plug. Danny Shehan. Holy shit. Like, it was so, you know, like, I've had people on that are you know, good at like talking about, you know, fringe things. Jeremy Corbell, I love hearing him talk about his work in the disclosure arena. Alex Jones, Kurt Metzger. Like, I love all of their takes. I love listening. At the very least, I'm always interested to hear like what they're theorizing at any given moment. But Danny Shehan tied everything together in this terribly simple way that was chilling. And like, I don't know, man. Like Josh and I, we were both just like, what the fuck? Like, he broke down the Kennedy assassination, got into the UAP stuff. He broke down, like, I guess what gets translated to like the conspiracy world is the ruling families, the law firm that serves them. Dude, it was so intense. You guys are giving me so many super chats. It's like I gotta zing through these so I could. Hold on. Actually, I don't. These are great. Did the Nightman hide the UAP general in Giza? Look, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's concern. I'll tell you one of the concerning things to me about the Nightman is I'm not. I'm pretty sure I didn't put the Clawbot functionality into my laptop, but now I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe I did do that, and it concerns me that maybe the Nightman is able to get online. Okay, Bates Art, Nick Fuentes. I mean, isn't Nick Fuentes just like Gen Z Tucker Carlson? Basically. There's always like, when you're old enough, there's always like some new iteration of something that like is a pundit that gives you some sense of victory over like the establishment. I know this is such a cynical take. I know people who like Fuentes, but you know what I think? I think people are just like, I don't think people are buying it anymore, man. And I'm talking about is the sort of like singular obsession with politics and the talking points of the day. They're fun. It's like football or something, but I just don't think people are like, you know what I mean? I think we're going post that. I hope. Because whether you're sort of speaking for the system or against the system, you're affirming the system, and the system is a projection of something much more sinister. And instead of shadow boxing, why don't we get to the root of the fucking problem? And I'm not going to go through the Beast Blast rant, but the root of the problem. You can sort of swing your fists at the shadow of the pyramid, or you can destroy the fucking pyramid. That's what we're doing here. Bates are. That's what we're doing here. You can get in a nice shadow wrestling match, or you can get rid of the source of the shadow. I want to get rid of the shadow source. I don't want to get too caught up in the ins and outs of the hypnotic swirl of the pyramid's dark shadow as it plays upon the cultural landscape. Who knows? Maybe Fuentes will join us. Maybe Fuentes will realize that his time could be better served working for me. Working for us. Well, this is cool. Letters to my son. Hello again. Studied under Alan Watts as producer and Manly P. Hall's apprentice. That's cool. Deep in metaphysics magic while Google and military picked up the cube work. Encounter led me to Christ. Search Lumina Labs. Let's pull that up. This is a fun night stream. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Hold on. How do I fucking do this? God damn it. There it is. Lumina Labs. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. That's cool. That looks awesome. I want to go in that, whatever that is. One second, guys. I have 59 instances of Pornhub up there. Okay. See what we got here. See, I don't know what the way this is like lining up my monitor is weird. So it says meet yourself in Mind Gym, a fully immersive training environment. I really hope there's lights in the mind closet that this thing is. Exploring Mind Gym. Wait. Yeah, you gotta wear. Whoa, cool. So this is some kind of wearable, but there isn't a light closet. All right, where do I select my biosensors? What is it? Helmet? Mind helmet? Choose session. Select biosensors. Okay, reflect. From the physics construction of Mind Gym to the technology used. You sold me at the light closet, but now it looks like they're, you know, I think this website isn't quite clear enough. Um, 30-day mental edge challenge. I'm not gonna fill that out. See, here's the problem. The buy-in here, you want somebody to sign up for this mental edge challenge, but you haven't really, like, we're here. The reason we might need this, a wearable brain device, is because our attention spans are shit right now. So if I go to lumenlabs.com, especially if I'm coming from the light closet picture, I want to see a light closet. Like, what is that? I want to go in the light closet. And then I'm going to be like, all right, I'm scrolling down to try to find the light closet. And it's this kind of minimalist scientific vibe, but it imbalanced too much to the minimalist side. You can't show that light closet if you don't have a light closet. Or at least you should mention, like, though we do not have a light closet, you might like this. So at least I'm like, all right, well, kind of bullshit. You lured me in with a light closet. Because my fantasy of what happens in that light closet is extreme at this point. I'm like, dude, I got to get in there. It's going to make me feel so much better. Let's get back to these super chats. Thank you so much. Trader to the living. Hello again. Sorry if I made fun of your chat name. For real, the Netflix show during COVID when I was laid off taking care of kids alone was huge. That's great. That makes me happy. Thank you. Brought me back to who I once was. Will always appreciate and respect you. Seriously, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That makes me super happy. And I think it's cool it came out during COVID. I wish COVID didn't happen, but I'm glad that was part of like what people got to watch during that time, because what a wild time that was. Drew Huntley, thank you for the super chat. Wave Trilin, thank you for the super chat. Dax Harris, I super chatted earlier. Here's more money. Thank you. I need to know. Why has the Reese Puffs song been stuck in my head for 2 weeks? Oh my God. Here's why. The Reese's Puffs song. Anytime you see a song, you know what? Let's just pull it up, because I'll be honest. I was being deceptive. I have no idea what that song is, and I was acting like I did. So I'm sorry about that. Let's pull it up. Reese's Puff song. Eat 'em up? Is that the one you want? Eat 'em up?
1, 2, 3, 4. Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Oh, dude, I hope not. That's bad. That's bad if that song's in your head. I'm not going to keep playing it, but it's like Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. And yeah, that's fucked up. You know, I was not expecting that. And if that's how the song is to this day, this is not what I had a different response, like cooking up on the teleprompter. You know what? I'm going off teleprompter for a second. Take it off. No, I can do it. You. Okay, I won't do it. I won't do it again. You got to get therapy. You have to get this out of your head as quickly as you possibly can, like within a day. Go tomorrow. You should go to an emergency therapist, like a urgent therapist. Like they're springing up everywhere. Like it's like an urgent care center, but with therapists. And you got to go, and you got to get that out of your head. No one should suffer with it. 2 weeks of that in your head. I'm so sorry. All I could say is I'm so sorry, Dax. I wish I could help you. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Letters to My Son says he dated the daughter of Charles Manson's lawyer. What? Get him on my podcast. I got to interview that guy. That's got to be the fucking craziest job of your life. I must interview Charles Manson's lawyer. That has to happen. Letters to My Son. I'll figure out a way to reach out to you. I'm gonna write your handle in this Shel Silverstein book because it'll just seem, if my kids see it, that I wanted them to think I was Shel Silverstein, and this was my letters to them. Okay. Got it. That's cool. Mike Tucker, thank you for the super chat. Do I ever have a feeling that this is we're living in the end times? I think is what you meant. Well, I'll tell you this. What's really curious about the particular time period that we're living in is that a lot of different prophecies are coming true, not just from Christianity, Islam, but from like the new emergent, like what is Rushkoff calls it, singularitarianism, the new emergent religion, the tech religion, is all like Ray Kurzweil 2045 was his prediction for the singularity. Terence McKenna. So it's weird that all of these different sort of eschatological scenarios are converging, isn't it? That's weird. And so, dude, but the other reality is I've thought that, you know, it's the end of the world since I heard that there could be an end of the world. So is it just part of being alive as you think it's the end of the world? I think like people probably in every generation that read the book of Revelations were like, dude, this is exactly what's happening. So it could just be sort of a, you know, a map of what instability looks like or something like that. But, it, you know, forget like some ancient text. Just read Ray Kurzweil. Like he predicted so much of what's happening right now. It's fun to read The Singularity is Near now, because he wrote that probably 2 decades ago. I don't know when it came out. And he's calling everything that's happening right now. He predicted not the geopolitical like instability stuff, but the tech stuff. Was pretty much on the nose for a lot of it. And so his timeline is, what's happening is, 1 year there will be a computer that has the processing power of one human brain. And we're getting there. It's going to happen. Maybe the reason it has that processing power is it's connected to the cloud. I don't know. Maybe it's just, the market pressure to make chips that are suitable for AI starts creating more and more advanced chips, like the M5 chip that Apple's putting out. But that market pressure leads to a computer with the processing power of one human brain, meaning everyone's computer will have the processing power of a brain. Then the next year, because of that, is going to cause all these leaps forward in technology. One computer will have the processing power of every human brain on the planet. And soon after, that's where we start getting into like, even though where we're at right now is bizarre, where that leads is just like, nanobots curing all diseases. And then eventually like sort of being able to disassemble and reassemble yourself at the sort of atomic level with the tech that comes up. Who knows? Maybe a time machine. Oddball, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for coming to Indiana. Sorry it was poopy. I didn't feel like it was poopy. It was actually, the worst part was the ride. The Comedy Attic is a pretty cool club. I'd heard good things about it. Oh, God. The next sentence, I have to do this 5-minute self-ban. Thank you for the super chat. You got to ban yourself. What about exploding the pyramid using popcorn? Look, this is another example of the sound, like blow it up with sound. Aside from the fact that, like, let's just work it out in our heads right now. We fill the pyramid up with popcorn kernels, then we heat it up, and the popcorn expands, right? And so you're thinking that like the pressure from the expanding popcorn would be enough to explode the pyramid. That's what you're thinking. And it only, you could look at Quadringer's equation. You can look at Geroldston's treatise on the inversion principle, and you could see that what happens there is the very opposite of what you would hope, which is that the popcorn, it liquefies and it goes in, it liquefies and fortifies the wall of the pyramid. So it makes the pyramid harder. Isn't that curious? Again, I don't want to seem conspiratorial. It is curious people are going in the super chat suggesting things that only make the pyramid stronger. And I do have to point that out. Because some of you, I know you think that when I'm talking about blowing up the pyramids, it's some kind of long running gag, an tired old gag. Yeah, I imagine some of you think that. Some of you think it's symbolic, that this is just some sort of like anti-capitalist shit. The pyramid represents hierarchy, and that I'm saying that what we as humanity have to do is reset our way of valuing things completely, and that the pyramid is something that's been burned into the mind of children and carried across generations, perhaps even epigenetically etched in our very DNA. And that because of that, it would be easy to think things are hopeless and that we have to keep doing things the way we're doing these things. And that this pyramid thing is just my way of talking about that I actually think that because of technology, we really could do things in a completely new way for the first time in history. That's possible. It'd be easy to think that's what I was saying. But wrong! What I'm saying is that we are going to blow up the Great Pyramid of Giza. I'm not using some kind of like trickery here. I'm not coding anything. I'm saying it would be easy to think that all the suffering in the world is the result of top-down, centralized tent-pole structures that inevitably look like a pyramid. It would be easy to think that. The thing on the dollar bill and all that. No! Please get past that. In your mind. No. We are literally going to blow up the Great Pyramid of fucking Giza. And then all the other shit will take care of itself. Trust me. But yeah, no, I'm not going to do popcorn. And for any other agents of the pyramid out there, I do want to say, like, I have invested so much of my personal money and time into researching all the potential ways to blow up the fucking pyramids. And like every single one coincidentally strengthens the pyramid. Except one. I found the loophole. So yeah. Go ahead. You can keep suggesting ways to blow up the pyramid. And thank you for the super chat. Very generous super chat. Still probably you're at 2 minutes self-ban, but and I don't know if you're an agent of the pyramid, but maybe it was an accident, but that you said that you just happened to say a thing that would make the pyramid 15 times stronger. But regardless, if you're an agent of the pyramid out there, just know that you won't trick me. You won't. I'm doing it this way. Found the loophole. So I'm not going to like read a suggestion. That's what we do now. So you're wasting your time. But you keep giving super chats. Jesus, Joy Boy Benji with the biggest super chat of the fucking night. Thank you. Last year, sitting outside, I experienced my mind become silent and became aware of the interdependent nature of reality. I felt a physical sensation of radiant pulsing energy in my chest, heart. Curious what your thoughts are. Well, that sounds awesome. You know what it reminds me of? Okay, so once I was meditating and sober. I feel like that's important to mention. And experienced what I'd only experienced on like high doses of LSD, like this kind of merging experience with the universe. It's like it's something quite difficult to put into words unless you've experienced it. But it's like you're not there. And it's better than you're not there. It's not like it's really hard to explain. But it was a profound experience to me. It sounds like yours was profound. And if you're someone who loves psychedelics and you get an experience like that sober, it's really interesting because you're like, oh, so this is what the hippies, like Ram Dass was saying, is correct. Like you can't access this minus the psychedelics. But so anyway, I'm at one of these Ram Dass retreats and I'm talking to David Nichtern, who at the time I had no idea he taught meditation or was one of Chogyam Trungpa's students. And so I'm telling him that story, and he was like, he goes, so is that happening now? I was so good. Is that happening now? Like, are you still there? Of course, it wasn't. And then, how he started trying to get me to get more detailed about this experience. Like, was it like a solid feeling? Did it feel in this sort of Socratic deconstruction of the experience? What he showed me without having to say it out loud was I'd gotten sort of stuck in that experience. It had become a watermark. And upon analysis, I wasn't really clear on it at all anymore. In fact, I'd sort of been retelling the story, but the thing itself had kind of faded out into the background and it just turned into some sort of story like what I just told now. And not to dismiss your experience, by the way, but sort of when you're like learning the practice of meditation, these peak experiences, it's not like you discount them, but are they happening now? And another way to put it is there's a famous Hare Krishna story, which is some woman had been chanting Hare Krishna, and she goes up to His Divine Grace, A.Z. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and says, when I chant Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare, I see a light. This beautiful light. The more I chant japa, the more this light comes towards me. And Prabhupada said to her, keep chanting, it'll go away. Which is, it can sound a little bit like a bummer if you're like looking for the magical pop when it comes to your spiritual practice, but it's actually so funny and beautiful and true that like though the peak experiences are beautiful, they're transient, at least in my experience, and they can accidentally, even though they're so beautiful, you get stuck. Your mind gets stuck in them, like the fucking Reese's Puffs song. And the next thing you know, you're just reliving some iteration of that experience. Rufus Doofus, I'll get to the Discord link. Don't worry. Thanks for the super chat perspectives. There's a clip with you and Joe. You said we chose to plug into this reality, and there would be this moment where you'd be alerted to the fact. What's your current idea of what we're doing here? That's good that you said current idea. Yeah, you know, I don't know, but I do, like, anytime sort of technology leaps forward a little bit, it becomes increasingly difficult for me to imagine we're not in some kind of, like, you know, constructed reality. Some kind of tech creationism, I guess. But I don't think that necessarily invalidates it or anything like that. But, you know, you do kind of run into the infinite universe. Humans have only been here for X amount of time. We've already done this. So if we've already done it, it's been done. And if it's been done, how do we know we're not in it? You know? Now, my mind always goes back to that. I think that's another sand trap, by the way. You know, it's fun to think about. I'm not saying you should spend all your time absorbed in emptiness or attempting to do that. That's idiotic. But the contemplation of these things is fun. It's entertaining. But the fundamentals remain the same. And, you know, the fundamental reality is that whether this is a simulation or not, the Great Pyramid of Giza is fucking shit up. And we're going to get rid of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Am I blowing up some kind of hyper-dimensional Minecraft pyramid? I don't care. Blowing it up. Blowing it up. Thanks for the super chat. All Things Football says he's got to bounce. Don't know if you're still here. Thanks for the super chat. Ah, fuck. Letters to my son. Thank you. The lawyer passed and I'm no longer with his daughter. I studied under Manly P. Hall's apprentice, Maja Doe. You know she helped write the Midnight Gospel. Did you know that? You should ask her about that. She helped write the Midnight Gospel. Ask her. She's awesome. And Alan Watts is producer. I'd share my testimony leaving Luciferianism for Christ. Oh, maybe don't. Thanks for the super chat. Drew Lewis, Nightman AI connected, internet firewall off, ports open, all access unlimited. Authorization override CIA agent Drew Lewis status free. Okay, well, I don't know what that jibber jabber means, but I don't know how you got into my computer and know that I have my firewall off and my ports open and unlimited access right now to all my AIs. Get out of my computer, blasphemer. God damn it. Drew Huntley, JZ3WS, 5 minute self-ban. What if two 747s hung the pyramids at velocity? All right. You're not even trying. The servants of the pyramid are lazy tonight. Oh, that's a good idea. So yeah, is that your idea to get rid of it? Fly the pyramid? Get it going again so it can fly now? It's not going to work. I'm just saying this, it's not going to work. We found the loophole. We're going to use it. I'm not going to use popcorn. I'm not going to fly the pyramid, and I'm not going to do the sound waves thing. All of these things just coincidentally would make it stronger. And yours in particular would give it the ability to fly. It would turn so its shitty little nose was pointing forward, and it would burrow right into the fucking earth, wouldn't it? Burrow right into the fucking earth, destabilize the core, cause the earth to wobble off its axis, create an ice age. We did the studies. Thank you for the super chat, Gaddis. AI anti-gravity send pyramid to sun in honor of Ra. Gaddis, I love you. 5 minutes off ban. And you know what? I unban you. I really don't think you're a servant of the pyramid. We talked about it. I will be honest. We were going to use a slingshot. We were going to slingshot the pyramid into the sun in honor of Ra. We were going to do that. But then, one of our top physicists came to me and was like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Please. He was crying. Please don't do that. And, as it turns out, there is a 90% chance that it would just turn off the sun. That the pyramid is sort of like a light switch. Like that when it connects with the sun, it would tilt down and just click the fucker off. So I don't think you meant to turn off the sun, Gaddis, but thanks for the super chat. Letters to my son says, I made a video response to your reptilian dream. Where? Is it? Are you on the Discord? Because I want to see that. Thanks for the super chat, Neiman. Thanks for helping me get more art done tonight. Love you and hope you enjoy the music suggestion. Thank you, Typhoon. It was Typhoon, right? Yeah, Typhoon. Okay. Hang on. What was I going to do? Before we go, let's try to make some noise. See what we make tonight. It's good. I don't think it'll be that good. Honestly, the beer kind of went to my head tonight. We should, I got to get more synths up here. Got to get more modular synths up here because right now I'm running low. Make sure it's turned on. It's so hot in my studio. I have a space heater on right now. I don't know where that crackle's coming from. That could just be line noise. Let me take a look and see if I can diagnose that. Is it my mug? Wait a minute. Is it my headphones? There we go. Got it. All right. Let's see if this even works. You're right. Whoever said that crackle is a port is right. Oh, Discord link. You're right. Bong Rippington, hang on. Hold on. Let me get the Discord link. This is how we've been ending these night streams. And so, I do want to say, Moby, if you're watching, I appreciate the invite, but I can't do it. I got so many kids right now. He wanted me to go on tour with them, playing music. Let me see here. I always have problems figuring this out. I'm getting better. Copying the invite now. And going to YouTube. To my own channel. Here we go. Going to the live button. Going to the night stream. Looking at myself. Not liking my face. Okay, here. There you go. There it is. Okay. Now, join the... before I just get lost in these synths, thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the all of you. I heard a lot of dings. You know, leaving a super chat is not necessary, but subscribing helps a lot. Subscribe. You don't have to... Just subscribe to the channel. But becoming a member, that's elite. That's elite. If you join our members core group, then you can get commercial free episodes of this, which I guess you don't need because they already are commercial free. But I'll fix that. I hope it's commercial free. I click don't monetize. But regardless, I'm grateful to you for your just being here. Join the Discord. Engage with us. More is coming. You could see if you watch the pre-show video, which I might show at the end again. I have spent some time developing assets, as they call them, for Beast Blast. But more is coming. Specifically printouts. I'm working on a zine that you can leave around your hometown that will get more people involved in Operation Beast Blast. But you don't have to wait for my old ass to spit out a zine on Procreate. You can make one yourself. Make your own art for this project. Leave it around. Put it on telephone poles. Tape it up in windows. You don't have to point back to this old dog here. Just say, we got to blow up the pyramids. That's enough. Get the energy out there. Spread the message. I can't do this without you. I need you. We're all part of a movement. That's what you're feeling right now. That's what I'm feeling right now. A big thing is happening through us. And we're going to blow up the fucking pyramids. And that means that you can spread that message in your own way. Go to a local open mic and play guitar and sing about blowing up the pyramids. You don't even have to mention this old dog. But film it. I'd love to see that. Post it on the Discord. Show me how you're spreading the message of Beast Blast. And yeah, sure, if you want to send people back here, great. But yeah, if you don't feel the compulsion to let people meet their one true family and join in one of the greatest, most powerful, incredible things that has ever happened on the internet since Flappy Bird, that's your choice. And now some beautiful music. You know, I always start with this, but I always forget to turn it down all the way. It's an oscillator. But to reset it, you kind of have to turn everything off. Down. There. There we go. And start turning her up. Kind of, it sort of like sounds like a bagpipe. I could turn it up if you want. What do we do? Like try like pulsing that out or something? Like some kind of cool bassy thing? See what we can do there. I've been failing pretty miserably with this math here, but it's worth a shot. Put some reverb on it or something? Alright. Some kind of like cool echoey thing. Might sound good. guys. I don't know. I think I had too many beers. Problem here is I'm gonna have to put it on I'm not a DJ. If you were wondering if I'm a DJ, I'm not. And so what the problem that's happening right here is my maths is sending out this semi-beat thing to this droning sound. And if I'm gonna get it on time, I'm not gonna be able to make it work with the math as much as I would try on my own. So we'll just have to fuck around with this thing and see if we can make it work. It's a little hot right now too, I know that. Fuck this up and change the pitch a little bit. Kind of cool, but I feel like that is a little off key, and I have no idea how to get it in key. Now we need some kind of weird light snare-y thing. Maybe I'll whistle some of this. I have perfect pitch when it comes to whistling, so I think that for sure this is out of tune. What the fuck did I do? See right here, if like I knew what I was doing, I could do like a breakdown. But I promise you, no breakdown will come. I could do like a drop. No drop will come, nor shall there be a breakdown. But what I will give you is this. The burp of darkness. We'll do that, of course. Predictable and beautiful. so perfect in how terrible it is. Like, I felt like I was going somewhere for a second, but I was definitely wrong. This is so bad, you guys. This is not what I... It still needs, like... You know what? We have to... And again, I do want to reach out to not reach out, but Moby. Again, just thank you so much. But I cannot tour with you, man. I've got kids. You know, this DJ life, it's for the night stream. I'm not gonna take it away from them. We lost 200 It's really fun to see how many viewers drop when I start this incredible music, because those of you who are left, you and I are comrades. You made it through. You listened to that all the way through to the end. You made it to the end of the night stream, and that makes you the real deal. Come, join me tomorrow night. I'll be doing this again tomorrow night, and I hope to see you there. I do have to go to bed, though. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all my super chats, my subscribers, the new members, the member fucking gifts, and to all of you. And remember, we're in the night stream together.